This is a free download from the BBC. For more information, go to bbc.co.uk/podcasts.
I've done it already, mate.
You're not doing it here?
Done it.
Are we recording now? Yeah. All right, player. Geezer. Who are you on? You're on green?
I'm green, player.
There we go. Hi. First of all, where were you last week?
Glastonbury.
Okay, because the podcast got lost in the internet.
Not my beef, mate.
Don't know. It's my beef, and I want you to lick my beef.
Okay.
Wow. Gosh, what's that, 30 seconds in?
No, I've got beef, and I want her to lick it. I want you to at least taste it.
I don't want to watch that.
You can turn your back.
No, it's fine. Give me your beef.
I'm going to get it.
Lay it on me.
I'm going to lay my beef on you. You turn your back, Catherine, and if you're lucky,
I'll still be able to hear it.
You might feel it as well if you're lucky. I got beef, and I really want you to play around with it.
Mm-hmm.
Wagwan, wapen, wapasta.
I wasn't here.
Yeah.
Therefore, I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, right. So
you're basically saying that because the police questioned you a year ago, it's their fault that there was no podcast.
Yeah, sure.
These first two links for the podcast were written... The first bit was improvised by the Iain Lee players. So, the upcoming links were written by Ben Nye, which means they contain no wit, no charm, no creativity, but a giant dose of beard and curly, stupid hair. That bit was written by Kelly Betts. That's why it's so nasty.
And contained a massive spelling error.
I would have spelt wit with an H.
Oh, you'd been wrong too.
What wit?
Want wit.
What wit has an H?
Dick Whittington.
Whitson.
Whitney Houston.
Yeah, you got it. Go.
White Cliffs of Dover.
You're out. Whitbread.
Richard Whitley.
No.
I'm the winner. That was fun.
In many ways, radio loses.
Here's Ben's bit. Listener papers. 2 in there. First caller is Scouse Pat. Second is Janet in Cheshunt. Janet is better off 2.
I disagree.
Pat's on the line. Morning, Pat.
Morning.
Hey, Pat, have you got a newspaper for us?
I've got the Metro.
Is it today's Metro?
Yeah, it's today's. It's got big news headlines, so we know it's today's.
Hang on a second. How have you got today's... Where are you calling from?
Luton.
How have you got today's Metro in Luton?
Internet.
Hey, geezer, geezer, geezer. The thing is, we've had 3 people saying, "Oh, why don't you do the papers online?" Okay, first things first, you can't access the Sun online unless you pay $1. I ain't paying $1.
Not for the Sun.
Not for the Sun. And secondly, I've looked online, and you don't get the geography of the newspaper. I don't know where they hide the stories that I would like online. I was looking at the Daily Mail online. I can't find nothing.
Well, no, this is definitely today's. It's got 3 huge news stories in it, so I know it's today's.
Oh well, then, Pat, let's have it. Could you go through the Metro with me and Catherine?
Certainly. There's a lady called Elsa Harris, and she was fined £100 for eating a banana at the wheel.
Here we
go!
Elsa. This is what we're talking. £100 for eating a banana at the wheel. The wheel of what?
A car, by the looks of it.
Well, that would explain it. It turns out you're not allowed to eat food whilst driving. Don't tell my dad that in the 1970s. He was rolling up fags when he was driving.
No, the thing is, she had half-peeled the banana before she set off to work, but took the chance to open the banana skin further whilst her car was stationary.
Oh.
So did she get fined for eating a banana or peeling back a skin?
It does... Hold on a second, page 2. No, it doesn't say. I think it was because she had no hands on the wheel.
Yeah.
Right. Even when she
That's
was...
a two-handed job.
Well, or you can do what monkeys do.
What, put your face in it
No,
first?
no. You turn it upside down and then you squeeze and it pops out.
Only in cartoons.
No, it does it. You can do that with a banana.
No.
Honestly, get a banana and I'll show you. You've got to have a firm one. Get a firm one in your hand, squeeze it at the base and it pops out at the top.
Wow.
Honestly. Have you ever done that? I've forgotten your name. Pat, sorry.
No, I haven't. However, I might give that a go this afternoon.
Definitely. It's on my to-do list.
Give us another story, Pat. By the way,
This is the way forward.
You're excellent at this. Give us another story, Pat.
Oh, hang on a second.
Delve in deep. The Metro, one of the best newspapers in the country.
You can now pay for your clothes with your Barclay card stuck on your wristband.
Sorry, what? This sounds awesome. Your wristband.
Barclaycard has unveiled a range of contactless tap and pay devices that can be worn.
Oh, I thought you meant like you had an elastic band and you just shoved your switch on it. So you were... That's what I thought you meant. Oh, wow, this is brilliant.
Now, the thing is, a lot of the stories here that are either Glastonbury, which was boring, or Tunisia. Oh, we've got Gay Pride Parade in New York.
I bet they do a good one.
Derek Jacobi right at the very front. Fair play.
I bet they was right at the front. Best place to be at a gay march, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it depends what you're into. Maybe at the back. I don't mind. Anyway, so that was... Because there was one in London at the weekend. I think we got away with that.
Did you see that furore? Because someone thought they'd phoned CNN about an ISIS flag that they'd seen. It wasn't an ISIS flag. It was a mock-up using implements, let's just say.
Bedroom tools. Gardening implements for the bedroom. Pat, listen, that was brilliant. If you feel like calling in any point of going through the papers for us, you can do, boss.
Right, will do. Thank you very
Pat.
much.
Ta-ta. He was good. I mean, he was properly good.
Let's see if Janet's as good.
Morning, Janet.
Good morning, Ian.
Janet, you're going to go through the papers for us. Can I ask what paper you have and when is it from?
I have the Daily Express from November the 9th, 1939.
Oh, baby. What's going on in 1939?
Right. Well, it's only a piece of it, I'm afraid, because it was wrapped around a glass at a charity store I visited a while ago.
Isn't that one of the best things? I've had that where I've either taken up some floorboards and there's been an old paper under there lining something, or you buy like I remember buying a box ages ago and it was lined with an old newspaper from the 50s. Well, the box, Janet, was pushed to one side and I spent the afternoon reading the paper. It's wonderful, isn't it?
They're far more interesting.
Aren't they? What?
I have the theatre page.
Oh, great. Go on.
I've got from £6 a week to 1,000 in 4 years.
Yes.
The week the war broke out, Carol Levis sailed home to Canada. His reasons were twofold. He wanted to join up in the Canadian, not the British forces.
Yeah.
Being a lad of 29, he thought his time wouldn't be long. And he thought the war had, locked low with a hatchet the flourishing tree of his career over here.
1 second, Janet. What was that?
You see.
Janet, what was that phrase about the hatchet?
Locked low.
Locked low with a hatchet?
Yes.
Oh, I'm having that.
I'm having
that. Oh, I've been locked low with a hatchet this morning. I feel terrible. What a great turn of phrase. Are there, Janet, I know you only have a small piece. Are there any adverts or anything like that on your scrap of paper?
I have an advert for Lifebuoy soap.
I'm in. Go on.
Right, it's strenuous days like these. There's nothing more refreshing and invigorating than that regular bath with the Lifebuoy toilet soap. And there's a man with a moustache toweling his face. We presume he's washed the rest of himself.
And sorry, is the first line on days like these?
Yes.
Is that a reference to the war? Days. Are they saying that during the war it's nice to have a bath? That'll cheer you up.
Possibly, yes. There's some small ads for sale. Empty sandbags, filled sandbags, £5 per 100. That sounds like a bargain, doesn't it?
That's a lot of money back
Kate
then.
and Lyle sugar bags and new regulation sandbags, hot cash.
Oh, God.
And that's the Edgware Roads, they want those.
Oh, I wonder if they've still got those.
Oh, they're looking for luminous paint, selling best quality, 1 ounce jar, 2 and 6.
Oh,
wow.
That's not bad, is it? 2 and 6 for some luminous paint.
No.
Hey.
Preserve your sandbags by spraying with Covex liquid bitumen before rot sets in. That's a handy tip. You must remember that one.
Thank you, Janet.
It's cheap and effective, and it comes in different colours: black, green, red, or brown.
Oh, Janet,
wow.
weren't the night? Obviously, apart from the war, weren't they a more carefree time?
Well, yes, it seemed like it was a laugh a minute, didn't it, back then?
Janet, listen, call again. I love that. If you find any more newspapers, do give us a call back, won't you?
Well, I have the sketch for the previous year, a piece of that.
Oh, go on, let's have a bit from the sketch from 1938.
Right. 39, actually.
Oh, 39, okay.
Right, hang on. Oh, no, hang on. I've got the names wrong. It's the year up.
Oh, she's been making it up the whole time, Janet.
No,
naughty.
This is the year after.
Right.
This is the year. We have a picture of Mr. Chamberlain smiling.
Yeah, he would be, wouldn't he?
And Cheryl's Land on Seaside Hotel.
Oh.
During heavy gunfire at sea, a shell struck the Tower Hotel Goulet in East Lothian on Monday.
Oh, flipping
it
heck.
lodged on a windowsill, bringing down a lot of masonries. No injuries were reported.
Good.
Other shells went over the town and landed near a golf course.
Yeah, near a golf course. You can't get us, Hitler. You can bomb as many of our golf courses as you want, Hitler, but you cannot beat the East Lothian spirit. Scott Bowks could cut down / cut completely.
Oh, Scott.
Flipping it. He's just written direction. He's written the stage directions.
Yeah, rubbish.
Okay, well, let's have a listen.
Hello, mate.
We'll take against us.
Yeah, wicked, man.
All right, nice one. Well, thanks for calling.
No problem at all.
Any reason
I've got
that
a
you...
story.
Oh, hey! How much
I've
are
got
you
a story
enjoying
from the
this so
Bucks.
far?
Oh, it's good, man.
Nice one, buddy. What-
Really enjoying it. The Bucks Herald.
Oh, you got the papers? Oh, yeah, go on. What's in the
Yeah.
Bucks Herald? Go on.
So, British shoppers could soon be paying for cups of coffee or trips on public transport by waving a key fob or sticker as contactless payment moves into new wearable devices. Barclays, which launched payment wristbands last year, is launching key fobs, an updated wristband and stickers which can be attached to any flat surface,
Yeah.
including a mobile phone.
Okay, Scott.
Yeah.
How much of this show have you been listening to? Give us a percentage of this show that you've heard compared with Nick Ferrari and LBC that you've heard this morning.
Can I ask, have you heard some of it, a bit of it, or
70-30.
none?
70-30 in whose favour?
Ferrari.
Okay, he is very, very good. The thing is, Scott...
He had Simon Danchuk on earlier.
Was he talking about the breakup?
No, he was talking about the other...
We have had that story...
They did ask him about the breakup, though.
And what did he say?
He said that they're going to just try and be adults about it, which is nice.
And it's unusual
to
for one of
approach
them, anyway.
Yeah.
So we've had that story already
Oh, okay.
twice.
Oh. Apple launches its mobile payment system in the UK next month, which allows users to pay for goods by tapping their phones on contactless card readers in stores. Unlike contactless cards, Apple Pay includes an extra security measure, tokenization, which ensures that the card details stored on a phone are never passed to the retailer. So yeah. Mike Saunders, Managing Director of Digital Consumer Payments at Parker. I've lost my thread now. Purchases of less than £20 can be made by waving a band across the merchant sales terminal. Transaction of £20 or more require the customer to enter their PIN. So it's just like a normal chip and PIN if it's over £20. But you probably don't have to get your card out of your wallet. So yeah. Okay, thanks a lot. Cheers, Kath. Bye.
Right, I think we're all done there, aren't we? Yes, good. Stephen, Ian, get a fight. Stephen, Ian, get a fight. That doesn't even make English sense.
That's what he had.
Can you go to the shop and get me a bottle of milk and a fight?
Get me a fight. I want fight. Steve's in Luton. Morning, Stephen.
Morning.
Oh, you're all right, fella. You sound a bit slower than usual. What's wrong?
Oh, slow, all right.
Are you still marching, Steve, or have you stopped now?
Yeah, no, we've stopped. It was a good day out. And I just want to say about the people that were moaning about how much the march would cost the taxpayers. I wonder how much Bedfordshire Police.
Steve, could you put your mouth near? Steve, shut up. Can you put your mouth near the phone? You're sounding even more muffled and dense than usual.
Right. Bedfordshire Police cost the taxpayers more money than you think.
Yeah, the Bedfordshire Police are very expensive. We know they probably cost about what I think. Yeah, they're expensive. What's your point?
No, but on Friday, people were ringing up moaning because we're having a march. It's going to cost the police and the funny.
Not on this show. They weren't moaning up. They weren't moaning up. There we go. We'll have a
Well,
moaning.
They did mention it because I spoke to you.
Yeah, you mentioned it, but no, Steve, Steve, shut up and listen, you idiot.
Shut up.
You shut up. No one mentioned on my show the amount it was going to cost, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they did.
Not on my show, they didn't, mate. You were the only call. Will you listen, mate? Because you're really getting on my nerves. You were the only call about. Am I right, Catherine? Did we have any others?
No, because we didn't go into it.
You were the only call on my show about the march.
Oh, well, I'm privileged. Thank you very much.
No, you're not. You're getting on my nerves today. So I don't know what you're talking about. But yes, it would have cost a lot of money because when you get far-right, fascist, racist groups marching, you have to police it. You have to police it so that there's not trouble.
So the left-wing do-gooders have actually ruined this country, so it's all right for them to run around throwing.
No, do you know what? I'm going to get off my fence.
Someone stands up against something.
Here we go.
The right wing stand against them. We're racist. We're not racist.
No, Steve.
For Great Britain.
No, Steve. Do you know what? I'm going to get off my BBC impartiality wall and tell you it's not the do-gooders. Why is do-gooding a bad word? I wish I could do good. I wish more people would do good. I'll tell you who's ruined... Steve, I'll tell you who's ruined this country. It's horrible, divisive racists that pick on minorities, that pick on the weak and try to exploit them.
No, it ain't. The commies, the left wing...
The commies? What is this, not 1976, you plum? Commies? What is a commie?
You look at the Labour politicians, how many of them were in the Communist Party before they went to the Labour Party?
But how many of the Labour Party is hardly... Steve, the Labour Party is hardly communist or even approaching socialist. It's kind of pretty much left of centre. It's the racists. It's the people that march around holding crosses.
How can it be the racists? We're not even in power. The lefties, the strong.
How can we be racist? We're not even in power.
You can't do that.
Steve, how can we be racist? How can we... This is your problem. You don't listen. How can we be racist? We're not even in power. That sentence doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Because you're all lovey-dovey, all hippie lovers. Oh, yeah, everyone can do this. Oh, if you do something wrong, we slap your wrist, No,
but you're talking about something completely different. I think if you do something wrong, you should go to prison. What's that got to do with racists?
Discipline.
Oh, Steve, do you know what, Steve?
If we were that racist, none of them would be here, would they? Nothing to do with race.
None of who would be here?
If one was a racist, we're sticking up for Great Britain.
None of who would be here?
Do you think our forefathers...
Steve, bye-bye. I can't be bothered. Do you know what? I mean, he's speaking more guff than usual. Has he stopped speaking? Yeah. Steve? He's gone. Good. All right. I know I'm supposed to be impartial. I was thinking about this at the weekend, but just when there's racists walking around holding crosses, I just think... I don't want any part of that. They're the people that are ruining this country. And yet, the people on the far extreme, the other side as well, and yet people that go around blowing people up, they're all as bad as each other. But a bunch of racists marching around, I'm sorry, mate, that's not what I want in this country. It's not what I want my kids to see. Cowbag 1. Kath's cowbag story.
Yeah.
Why'd you call someone a cowbag?
She was one.
Why?
Right, so I went to a well-known shop, never known the undersold.
Waitrose.
Yeah.
The thing is, guys, when people say, can I mention this shop? Right, well, if you're going to slag them off, no, you can't.
No, I'm not slagging them off.
No, I know, but I'm just saying this to the... say, if you listen to radio, can I mention the shop? Well, are you going to be rude about it? Yeah, well, no, legally you can't. And then you get people who go, it's the BBC, so I can't... You can mention a shop on the BBC, of course you can. But also, just because you've now planted the seed in these idiots' ears, you then say, all right, I'm not going to mention the shop, but I'm going to slag it off, but let's just say every little helps. Well, then that is the same legally as you telling me what the shop is.
Yeah, no, it wasn't that one. It was this one. And
I'm going to write a book. Sorry to keep interrupting.
Well,
just so rare I get to speak these days. I'm going to write a book, not on how to do radio, on how to phone in to radio.
It's a really good idea.
That's exactly what I'm going to do.
There might be a chapter. I'm not sure there's a book.
Trust me, there's a book. There's a book, including chapter 6, how to do the perfect prank. Anyway, continue. Continue.
The only reason I tell you which shop it was is because the behaviour on her part was extremely uncouth and not what you'd expect at Waitrose.
Oh.
But also my behaviour was tempered by the fact it was Waitrose and not somewhere else where, obviously I would have got fighty. But anyway...
You would have got what?
Fighty.
As opposed to?
Politey.
Yeah, okay, yes.
Coming through a one-way system and waiting for this lady to come out of her parking space.
Yeah.
She's looking livid. Imagine this. She looked a bit like...
Picture the scene.
She looked like Christine McVie from Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so one of
baby.
those faces that can look a bit cross.
It can look beautiful, but it can look so stern.
Yeah, exactly. And she looked stern and she was muttering to herself. And I was doing that sort of thin-lipped, polite smile that says, yeah, I'm waiting for you, but if there's a problem, it's fine. You can tell me you're waiting for your husband or you're going to get your pies out or whatever, and I'll move along. Anyway, so she's sort of looking over now and again, and I thought, flipping heck, someone's really annoyed her.
Yeah.
I moved a bit closer as she started to pull out, thinking that she was going to obey the laws of the
laws of the Waitrose.
Of the Waitrose one-way system. And she starts pulling across me. Not only does she start pulling across me, she's got her roof down. Yeah, she's driving an Audi with the roof down. This may explain more. And she's really going flipping crackers and saying, and as she pulled parallel to me, inching past me in a one-way system, move out of the way, you stupid woman.
Aye.
So at this point...
Can I just say you're being racially offensive there by doing that accent?
Why?
Because you know she was one of yours.
Yeah.
She wasn't one of ours. She was a northerner.
All right, well, she was,
You
pretending
did
to
it
be
in a posh... You did it in a posh southern accent.
Move out of the way, you stupid woman. It was more like that.
Thank you.
Okay. At which point, my window goes down.
Which I'm constantly saying to you all the time.
And I said to her, and we're virtually nose to nose. I could have kissed her, which probably would have made things worse.
Oh, suddenly this story got even more interesting, eh? Lads? Eh? Lads? Truckers? Lads?
Me and Christine McVie.
Hey. Yeah. Carry on. Continue, Evo, s'il vous plaît.
That's not very helpful. What are you calling me stupid for?
Yeah. Yeah.
She went, because you are. I'm trying to get by. And I went, right, okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but you're going the wrong way. This is a one-way system.
We finish at
There's
9.
There's an arrow that way. You can't get out that way. I said, what, the exit just there? You can.
Yeah.
I kept it cool.
Yeah.
She kept it not
hot.
cool.
She was hot.
She was going...
We do finish at 9 and travel is
all
coming
the way
up.
past. You know that bit in Sexy Beast where he's going, you will,
I've not
move.
seen it, mate.
Anyway.
Just get to the bit where you called her, and you called her a cowbag. Great
So
story. I mean, really, wow. Now do this in your voice, because you wrote this, so you might as well say it.
Great script, Ben. Idiot.
I get a lot of wonderful callers taking part in the show on 555. They sound like this.
That's old news.
Tasty.
Yeah.
I got a mouthful of sausage.
I like the mushy peas.
One of them came up against me. I couldn't touch it. I was
I'm
shocked.
not in a bedroom.
Only one of those was an actual caller.
This is what my boys like to do, right? This is one of the things my boys like to do, is this.
Gosh.
Actually sounds quite sweet.
It's like the pits of hell.
It's avant-garde. This is their favourite thing to do, though, is they... Daddy, can I play with the echo, is what they say. And what they mean is, what they want to do is press button 7.
Where's me Woody? Where's me Woody? Where's me Woody?
They love it.
Where's me Woody?
And then they go...
Smell memories. Smell memories. Smell memories.
Smell memories.
Remind me that's how we're going to end the podcast.
Okay. That's how we're going to end the podcast.
They sound like this. Those are the hilarious clips. Then we get some like this. This is Maria. Maria!
Hello?
Hey, Maria.
Hello, yes. That good girl. She's wonderful, and that's what I do.
Sorry, who are you talking about, Maria?
All the medical people that have helped me. If I go to hospital...
Oh, the nurses. I thought you
treat
meant
them.
like the fairies and stuff.
No, I take them a big box of biscuits usually so they can have cups of tea with it.
Yeah.
Like the people have just finished my mouth. They've done a wonderful job because a tooth was missing.
What did they
And
do
with
to your
me
mouth?
being a singer,
Yeah.
I treated them this hot weather to a nice cheesecake and things like that because they work hard all the week.
Hey, you reminded me.
Christmas,
Hello.
I go right round to about 7 people
That's
at
great.
Christmas.
I
treat them because some people don't think of staff.
No, I had a
And
cheesecake.
my husband was a head chef, and he's always thought of staff first. And that's what I do.
I had a cheesecake last night.
Yeah, it's so refreshing.
I love... Well, it was a bit heavy. I had too much cheese.
Not really. If you've not had a heavy meal.
Well, do you know, I'd had... what did I have for supper before that? Because I did eat something before it. I had like pasta. You know, the pasta parcels?
Yes.
Thick sauce.
Yes.
Followed by cheesecake. That was a very... last night was a very heavy
quite good
evening. You
with
should have
that
seen my
because
stools.
It's not a
heavy meal.
No.
Pasta isn't a heavy meal.
This was this pasta.
weather.
This pasta was.
Was it?
Yeah, it was. The pasta parcels. They've got like this had spinach and ricotta in.
Oh yes.
And then I had a very thick red sauce. I mean, it's all from the shop. It's all from the shop, isn't it? I didn't make it, but you know what I mean. And then I had cheesecake, and I had too much cheesecake. It was greedy.
My husband used to make the things for Burns night.
Oh.
Haggis.
Haggis.
I've got a photograph here of him now.
Forget
With
the
haggis
travel,
with him.
forget the news. I'm talking to Maria about haggis because I had my first ever haggis last year when I went to Scotland to bury my dad's ashes. They call it internment. Is that what they call it? What do they call it?
Interring.
They call it interring. It was interring. And I went and had haggis.
Yeah, they're very nice. My
it was
husband used to
delicious.
make them for the Queen's cousin.
From the Queen's cousin?
I've got a photograph here now as I speak. I'm looking at the Queen's cousin.
Oh.
And her husband, everything, all in the Scottish uniform.
Beautiful. The kilt.
The kilts, yes.
Yeah.
And my husband is standing at the back and is smiling with his head,
bless him.
with his chef's outfit on.
Has he got the
used
tool?
to love
The
to
tool.
make people happy.
Did he make you happy?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I bet he did.
When he retired, he helped me with my horse and everything. He was a great
Maria,
guy.
I bet he was. Listen, we're late for the travel. We're late for the news. I don't care. You don't fancy singing us a song for 30 seconds, do you?
Well, I would do, yes.
Go on
Just
then,
give
away
me
you
a
go.
sec.
Go on, away you go. Here we go.
Hang on.
Do you know any David Bowie?
Ave Maria, gratia plena. Will that do?
That'll do lovely. Who's that crying in the background?
It's my dog. He sings with me sometimes.
Oh, Maria, I have to go, but God bless you and your dog.
Okay, bye.
Ta-ta. If that caller wasn't odd enough for you, then try this one. Here we go. Listen, Peter.
Yeah.
Someone has sent us a text. They've not put their name on it, which is a shame because I like this. Do you fancy a game of berry poker?
Berry poker?
Berry poker.
What the hell's that?
Well, we'll have a go. I'll go first. Kath will go second. Matty, you'll go third. Kelly, you'll go fourth. Halle Berry.
Is it me now?
Yeah.
Hollyberry.
Peter?
Attractive.
What?
Sorry?
Attractive.
All right, this is a practice round. Kelly?
Blackberry.
Okay, there we go. We got it. Practice round.
Okay.
Okay, so this is it for real. You can use the same answers if you want, Pete, but not yours. 'Cause
No,
it was
I've got. You want me to follow up now?
right, here we go. I'll go for-
Loganberry.
No, it's
right.
not your turn.
I got it. Right. Halle Berry.
Strawberry.
Loganberry.
Burberry. Counts.
Yeah, do you know what? I'll have that. It's not clock. Blackberry.
Hollyberry.
Oh, doo-doo-doo.
I've got a good one, Peter. I've got a good one.
I don't know. No, can't follow that. Mulberry. Mulberry.
Mulberry, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That works. Yeah. Kelly?
Gooseberry.
Berry. It's a disease.
Oh, yeah, it's nasty.
It's a nasty. It's a good one, isn't it, Pete?
All right.
Well, how about strawberry?
We've
No,
had
it's
that.
my go.
We've had that.
Stop jumping the gun,
Yeah.
Peter. Berry in Lancashire.
Yeah, we'll have that. This is a great game. Why would they send this text in anonymously? Go on, Peter.
Oh, wait a minute. You haven't gone round all the others yet.
Yeah, no, the order is me, Kath, you, Kelly. Kath's just done Berry up north.
Oh, well, it's not spelt right, that one.
Peter, thanks for calling. Speak to you later.
You're welcome. Bye.
Ta-ta. He's a good sport, isn't he?
Yeah. Tried to get me on a technicality.
Why would someone send that in anonymously? That's genius, Berry Poker. He called it Berry Trumps. It's Berry Poker. 03459 455 555 if you want to play.
Good morning.
Good morning, Pete. You want to play Berry Poker?
Yeah.
Okay. Go. Well. Hang on a second. It doesn't matter. You got two for us. You got to be in the game. You got to be in it to win it. We start again. We start. What's my stomach? We start. Okay. We start with me. Gooseberry. Catherine. Is she out?
Hang on, no. Can I have some thinking music?
No, you can't. You can't, I'm afraid. It's really difficult to give you thinking music in this place.
Okay.
Guys, anything?
Wait.
3,
Wait.
2.
Blueberry muffin.
You can have that one. Pete?
Mary Berry.
Oh! Celebrate good times. Come on. Kelly Betts?
I'm on the phone to Matt.
Oh, how convenient.
How convenient.
One.
Yeah, go on then.
Hang on, Matt. Colin Berry.
Hey! Local and vocal. Snuffers has just stepped into the Berry Casino and he's tossed his cards on the table. He wants in. Snuffers, you're cutting in and you're more than welcome to what you got.
What was the one that you just said? Because I was on the phone, I didn't hear you.
It doesn't matter, mate. You've walked in the casino late. We're being brave and bold enough to let you play.
Goji Berry.
Oh.
Okay, I've got my term. Nick Berry. Thank you very much
beautiful,
indeed.
80s.
Catherine.
Acai berry.
Oh, yeah, I love that. It's good for your bowels, isn't it? Cleans out your bum. Pete?
My last one and the best one. Jack Berry.
Are you folding now, Pete? Are you walking away from the table?
No, go on, I'll keep on then.
All right. Kelly Betts.
Blueberry.
We've done that one.
When? Was I on the phone?
No.
Doesn't matter if you're on the phone, mate. No phones are allowed in this casino of life.
No, but if I don't hear it, how am I going to know that you did it?
We did it in the first round.
We did it in the first round.
I don't think you did.
Yeah.
Didn't you do Blackberry?
We'll let her have it.
Go on.
We'll let her have it.
I'll not be churlish.
Because if she goes, then we've got to drive her home. And I don't know. Snuffers!
Bury St Edmunds.
Hey! Okay, so my turn. Sainsbury's. Hey! Come on!
Good.
Catherine?
The funkiest kind of headgear.
Yeah.
Raspberry beret. Chew on that.
Pete, your turn.
I'm going to go for Berry Park.
Oh, local and vocal, and let's be honest, a little bit controversial at times. Kelly Betts.
My local. Berry Tap.
Oh, is that a pub?
Yes. Why not?
Snuffers.
Pillsbury Doughboy.
Pillsbury?
Yeah, I'm going to give him that. I'm going to give him that. By the way, it was Tony who started this game. Thank you, Tony. And I'm going to say this. This might be a little bit like clock.
Oh.
I've got one of those.
Library.
You can't have
No, you can't have that.
Oh,
All right.
I love it.
All right. Okay, so picture the scene. Right? It's the 1980s. You weren't born, Kelly. The world was a more peaceful place. School holidays. Yeah, they show some wicked TV programme on in the morning on BBC One, sometimes BBC Two, in the school holidays. They show the Monkees, for example. They'd also show something where the theme tune went a little bit like this. Thanks for the good times and the good times together. What shows that?
No idea.
Huckleberry Finn and Friends.
Yes.
Boom.
Okay.
Your turn.
Picture the scene.
Yeah.
You're on some sort of...
You've got to get close to that mic because
You're
they're
on
rubbish.
some sort of military boat.
Yeah.
You've got the body of a dictator. He's controversial.
Yeah.
You can't take him back to land. What do you give him?
Yeah.
A burial at sea.
Hey, a burial. Pete, it's over to you.
I'm stupid. You brought me out on everything.
Are you out?
By the sounds of it, yeah, I am.
Peter's gone. He's out. The bouncers have picked him up and chucked him out of the casino. Kelly Betts.
I need some help.
I'll tell you what you can have is... hang on a second. You can have... Don't worry. We're going to give you a little bit of thinking time. Because that's kind of like what we like to do. We like to help people. So let me just find the old thinking music.
I love Big Bum.
There we go.
Okay, picture the scene.
Yes.
There's a man.
Yeah.
With a speech impediment.
Oh
no.
Okay.
Careful.
Now let's go with it.
And
I think you're going to be leaving the club very, very soon. Yes.
he can only pronounce B's at the start of every word.
Oh.
So he'll say something like, "Best I'm very good."
You're out of the game, Kelly
Why?
Betts. Because that's rubbish.
I know. It's awful.
Snuffers, your turn.
Elderberry.
Beautiful.
I'll have that. So, picture the scene. Okay. Just looking at Twitter.
Are you Googling?
No,
if
I'm not
anybody
Googling.
is struggling, I have one and I can help.
I can't reach my berries. Why? They're highberries.
Oh.
Thank you. Go on.
I've made a career out of doing this voice. My name, Matt Berry.
Yeah, Matt Berry, you see. Kelly Betts, you're walking past the table. You can toss one in. It won't count for anything.
Okay. I am walking past the table,
Yeah.
and it's because I'm a bit late to the game because I've just got back from Glastonbury.
Hey! Snuffers, your go.
It's a slight derivation of what is that the right word? Of
Yeah.
what you've just said. Arsenal's old football stadium, Highbury.
Goodbye, Snuffers. It's not a derivation. It's a downright thiever narration. You nicked it. Unbelievable. Berry Poker obviously continued. Who writes this stuff?
Kelly.
Who? Michael. Who's your favourite band at Glastonbury? I wasn't asking you. I'm asking Grandma.
Kanye's West. Like Go West, but better.
All right. Okay. Let's play that game. Say that again.
What? Kanye's West.
Oliver's North.
Go on, I've got a really good one.
Jessica Easterly, girl that went to my school.
No, not even that. That's rubbish.
Natasha North, singer.
No, Natasha's.
Oh, Natasha's North.
There we go. We're back in the game.
Looks East.
I love that. Adams West.
Oh.
Batman, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm bored. It's bored.
Oh, bored means you don't know any, Catherine.
North's West. Kanye's Kid.
Oh, fair play. Yeah. I'm bored actually.
Yeah, it's boring.
I won.
No, you didn't. We both
Yeah.
got bored. We just walked away from the table because it was boring.
I'm still claiming it.
You might as well claim Monopoly then.
I'll claim that.
My callers aren't all dodge pots though, because the bit you heard a few minutes ago is a dodge pot. Sometimes we get callers. Oh yeah, this is good. This bit, isn't it? This was Sheila. Sometimes we get callers with a story, a good point, and a normal sounding voice. This is Sheila talking about Tunisia. Have a listen to this.
You made a comment about who wants to go to a place like Tunisia, I believe.
Yes.
Right. Well, my cousin flew out with a friend on the day of the problem where everybody was getting shot.
Flew out on the day.
Well, she arrived after.
Oh, flipping it. Go on, yeah.
But Thompson sent them to another hotel. And I text her.
Were they supposed to go to that hotel where it happened?
Yeah. So what happened was they sent them to another hotel, and I texted her because apparently Thompson had said to them, right, if you want to go home, you can, but it's going to take 2 or 3 days. Their holiday was only for a week. So where they were, they felt it was okay. And I got a text back saying, having a fab time in another hotel, and the Tunisians couldn't be more apologetic. And we're having a lovely time and we feel completely safe. And then she said, bless them.
When you say, and it's interesting, and I'm sure that the Tunisians will be.
She's a younger person. We're not talking about 60-odd. We're talking about sort of 30-odd.
To be 30-odd again, blimey! It's interesting because I'm sure the Tunisians must be as devastated as we are, if not more so, that this has happened. When she says they're being apologetic, what does she mean by that?
I guess that when they. I can't put the words in.
No.
I only got a text. But what I mean is I expect when she means apologetic, when some people's talking to you and they're sort of saying, we're very sorry about what's happened. We're, it's not us. We're very sorry. I
Isn't that
expect
incredible?
like that. She said they complete, but she ended the conversation with, but we feel completely safe where we are.
Do they? Because I would really struggle to relax on the beach in that environment.
But it might be that where they are in their hotel is a different slightly area, or they don't go up to the beach.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the news, you'll see that there's nobody going on the beach.
No. Schools have been given... This is a serious bit now. Schools have been given an extra duty from today.
Well, the other day.
Oh, sorry.
As well as making sure all their students can read, write and add up. Oh, I see. You've just taken it from the running one.
It was good. I wrote that.
Teachers are now supposed to make sure they don't become terrorists. Staff at nurseries, primary and secondary schools in the 3 counties will have to undergo training to spot the early signs of radicalisation. What we didn't make clear in this story as well, it's looking at extremists of the far right as well. It's looking at all extreme, the potentially dangerous use. Anyway,
can we take out the capital T and the capital C from the 3 counties, because it's not a thing.
OK. Anyway, I had an argument with Sufyan Sadiq, who's a teacher in Luton, who runs the Discover Islam Centre and has been lobbying against this bill. I wouldn't say argument. We had a full and fruity discussion. Went a little bit like this.
If a 16-year-old shows certain signs and starts talking about foreign policy, that should be an indicator, and that is one of the indicators that they talk about. An indicator, foreign policy is one of them.
Yeah, it's one of them, and so it's going to be. There's going to be a whole list of them. You're not going to get reported to the police because in a debate about politics or geography, you say, "Do you know what? I don't think that we had a decent exit strategy for Libya." You're not going to get reported to the police for that, and it's dangerous that you suggest that that's the case.
No, because you're talking about, you're assuming that, you know what, you're not going to do it, but there's people out there that are not going to be trained in how to really deal with this legislation.
And then so a teacher goes to the police and says, we've got a kid here.
Give me an opportunity. So somebody puts this out, somebody puts their view out. The one thing we want is we want people to put views out like that, and we want to challenge them.
And that's what schools want. Schools want people to put views forward.
Yes, but we're creating a vacuum where...
No, we're not, mate. You are. You are, Sufyan.
We're creating a vacuum.
You're creating a dangerous vacuum. Right, if a teacher... as a kid...
groups can really pick up on the fact that young people cannot speak...
No, but Sufyan, you're getting me really angry, because what you're saying is incorrect, it is a lie, and is really dangerous. Kids, young people... It is nonsense, Sufyan. It is nonsense, mate.
You've made your mind up.
And you've made your mind up that you're going to spout dangerous, divisive rubbish.
And it's not dangerous.
It is dangerous to make young people that you have a responsibility towards, to make them think that they can't express their views in school. Of course they can. The best schools will encourage everybody to express their views.
No, they're not. Because if a young Muslim person expresses their views, a young Muslim person will be treated differently. Incorrect. Dangerous and divisive. They will be reported. No, it's
dangerous and divisive, and what you're saying is part of the problem.
It's a fact.
It's not a fact, Sufyan. And what you're saying is so dangerous and is so divisive, and it is. You are stirring up a division.
No, I'm not. You see us stirring up division because you're not from that one isolated community that's totally being targeted by this legislation.
Do you know why it's this community that's being looked at? Do you understand why it's this community? No, do you understand why it's this community that's being looked at, Sufyan? Do you understand?
And what you don't understand, what the key drivers and the factors that create a vacuum for the extremists. And what we're doing is we're playing.
You're whipping up a lovely little bit of poor me for the extremists as well to prey on. Do you know why it is Islam that is being focused on?
Would you like to tell me?
Do you know why it is Islam that is being focused on?
Because there's extremists out there that are using young people to...
Because every major terrorist act that's gone on recently, the person has claimed... Now, I am fully aware that it is a complete, excuse my French, bastardisation of Islam. It is a complete twisting of Islam, and Islam is a peaceful religion.
And I agree.
Every terrorist act has been claimed by... Every terrorist act. The most recent terrorist acts, including the one in Tunisia, has been claimed by a Muslim organisation, has been claimed by people who claim to be doing it in the name of Islam. So that is why it's being targeted. It's not an attack on Islam. It's because these attacks have been done in the name of Islam.
And these attacks are being done in the name of Islam.
So that's why it's being targeted by this bill.
Therefore, we need to deal with the issue.
That's what this bill is aiming to do.
It's not, because you know what? Tomorrow you're going to say that, okay, you know what? Even the acts, the terror act and so on, where's the results? In the last 7-8 years, we've had many acts of legislation that have come around this. Where's the evidence to suggest that eroding away civil liberties has actually had any impact in reducing terrorism?
That's not what we're discussing. No, you've changed it from this is an attack on Islam. Oh, poor me, we are being picked on. To none of the previous legislation has worked. I don't know if any of the previous legislation has worked. I don't think this will work, but it's not an attack on Islam.
So how will it? You tell me. Do you reckon that it will reduce extremism?
I don't think it will. I don't think it will work, Sufyan. But that's not the argument that you're putting forward. You're putting it forward that it's an attack on Islam.
It won't work. What it will do is it will drive people. It will drive those young people that may have some of these thoughts that we can actually pick up in a general safeguarding way, the way teachers are. If they notice something's going wrong, they'll pick up on it. But now putting this whole legislative approach to it, all of these key indicators that you need to look up for, all of this reporting to the police, is going to drive them underground. They're not going to be talking about
I tell you what's going to have more of a negative impact.
That's where we're going to have a problem.
I'll tell you
because we're going to give a vacuum to extremists out there.
I'll tell
the
you.
problem is you don't actually understand what drives them, what motivates them.
Okay, you tell me, Sufyan. You tell me, Sufyan.
You're speaking from outside, not understanding what the drivers are.
You tell me then what drives them, because I bet you ain't got a clue.
No, I'll tell you what does drive them.
I bet you ain't got a clue.
Legislation like this
did not create IS.
It is fuel for them. It's fuel for them because it allows them to say to young people that, you know what, the whole world is against you, and you're not going to get an opportunity to talk about your face.
So this
you
to one side.
You can't grow a beard. You can't start praying.
No one said you can't grow.
You might have a problem with it.
Sufyan, you're talking nonsense. From that to Eurovision.
Danger, no stranger. Things in life can hide their pleasure. Level of excitement is the measure. What is danger? How can it be? Once a man astray.
So that's Danger, No Stranger by Raymond Marx. Now imagine that. Correct me if I've got this wrong, Raymond. I can imagine this with a full orchestra, a full band, maybe backing singers. It could be a really powerful... Is that how you hear it in your head?
Well, for Eurovision, the scenario is a beautiful Bond-type girl is singing on the stage with a huge screen behind her. And floating across the screen are images and people like a film title and the words of the song floating across as well. So it has a bit of a Bondish feeling about it, which is definitely British.
And you're right. Bond is one of those British icons, but it's also recognised around the world, isn't it? So you're already... Because the image is quite often, we should be judging these songs on their musicality, but the image is such a vital factor, isn't it?
Yes, it's the singer, the song and the scenario, I think, that sort of wins. Can I just raise a little point? I was reading the rules about the Eurovision Song Contest, and they state in it is not a contest of nations, it is a contest of broadcasting companies.
Oh.
And to my mind, that labels the BBC totally responsible for the poor performance we've been having.
Well, they've muffed it up. They've dropped the ball. They've ballsed it up for the last few years. It's been, we all know it's been a secret system. The gentleman who chooses the song, his name escapes me. But it's been a secret system where we are presented, the British public, with, this is your entry, and we all go, oh no, what have you done?
Well, the entries aren't necessarily so bad. The thing is, when we put it to the public vote, we did much better with a song for Europe. So what I would say is a more realistic target is to have Danger No Stranger put in the pot so that the public get a chance to vote for it against other songs. So
I tell you what we're going to do, and someone will remind me on Twitter, because I have forgotten the gentleman's name, is... he is a BBC representative. What I'm going to do today, Raymond, is I'm going to send him an email.
Is that Guy Freeman by any chance?
Yes, it is Guy Freeman. Thank you very much. You're spot on. I'm going to send him an email.
I got that because the contact list of the heads of delegations for each country was given to me, and I've got Guy Freeman's telephone number and email address. Right.
Okay. Listen, I'm assuming it's guy.freeman@bbc.co.uk. I'm assuming, but we have an internal system. It is. Okay. It is. And that works for pretty much anyone at the BBC, guys. I'm going to send him an email straight after the show, Raymond, and see if we can arrange a meeting or a phone conversation or something, because he's the first person we have to speak to, isn't he?
Okay, and I think the thing to do is I'm just working totally on evidence, and in the last 15 years we've only come in the top 5 twice.
Mm.
And when we had Song for Europe, we came in the top 5 65, 70% of times. So we had a much better record when the public chosen. The thing I'd like to introduce in the selection process is maybe you do your initial screening with a panel of European members, because it's Europeans that have to vote for these songs, not just British. We can't vote for our own song. And then have the British public voting for, say, the last 3 or 4.
I'm formulating a little idea in my head where we get some local Europeans.
Yeah, I know some Spanish people.
I'm sure we can find a Polish person just like wandering around out here.
French. Yeah, we can do this.
What we'll do, Raymond, is we'll do this next. I'll tell you what we'll do. I'm going to put in an email to Guy today. One day next week, in that chair there, we're going to have a Pole, a Spaniard, and something else, and we're going to play them the song, and we're going to get their honest thoughts. How about that?
Well, that'll be great.
Hey, I like the Monkees. Here's me with Peter Tork. He's from the Monkees.
It's actually stuck in this poor old memory of mine that we've spoken on a couple of occasions.
We've spoken a few times, Peter. It's always good to talk to you, as you know. No, I'm going to come out with it. I'm a massive stalker, and I follow you from place to place. I love you, man.
Is that you?
Yes.
I've been wondering who that was.
I'm that fella. Hey, listen, it's so exciting to have you on the show. Thank you. I appreciate your time. And it's so exciting that you and Mickey are coming back to the UK.
I'm excited myself. I like that country of yours, that little blessed sceptred isle.
It's not bad, is it? And we used to own your country, and we were good enough to let you have it.
I wouldn't go so far as to say that.
Listen,
and listen, hey, be careful. Times change. You're having a hard time hanging on to Scotland, so.
Listen, it's so exciting. You're playing a couple of gigs, including the Hammersmith. Well, I don't know what it's called now. I always call it the Hammersmith Odeon, but I think it's something like the Event Time Apollo or something. September.
Hammersmith Apollo, I think.
Oh, it's one of those venues, Peter, that's changed its name. So it was the Labots Apollo, and it's all of these. I'm a very old man, but it's the big venue in Hammersmith, September the 4th. You've done a few shows with just you and Mickey recently, haven't you? How have those gone?
They've gone surprisingly well. I actually must tell you, I had a little trepidation. I was concerned lest two of us could not do justice to the Monkees show. But with Davey irretrievably gone and Michael having opted out, we had only two choices. One of them was to try it and the other was to let it go. And if it could be done, was my thought, I'd like to carry on doing it. And the 4 shows we've done so far here stateside have been going very well. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised. Some things are better than ever. It's like when there's 3 of us, there's too many more things going on than we can actually account for. And with just the 2 of us, it seems to be more focused. I'm actually pleased.
I came over to the States and saw a couple of the shows with Mike after Davey passed. That must have been I imagine that was a strange transition. What was it? Go on, sorry.
No, not too bad. Not too bad. Sorry to see Davey go, poor lad. But you work with, there's Mike on stage, and, he contributed so much to the songbook and to who we were as an operation, that we were just delighted to take advantage of what he brought to the table.
And is there a reason he's not doing this? He's not just done another disappearing act, has he? Or is he just he's just tired of it?
I do not know. Michael does not impart motivation. He just tells us what he's doing. He says, I don't want to do this anymore. And we say, okay, and he says, not only did he say, I don't want to do this anymore, he said, I want not to do this anymore.
Oh, blimey.
So he was quite adamant about it.
The thing about you, Peter, you can't stop, can you?
I hope not. Well, I'm sure that God will stop me in his own good time. But of my own volition, no, probably not. I'd like not to stop.
The first time that it was just you and Mickey, I think it was in Canada. When you walked out on stage, I mean, how are you feeling? Because it's the first time that you guys have done it as a duo. It must have been weird after having Davey for so long, after having Mike for a couple of years. It must have been odd.
It was strange. The strangest thing, Iain, the Monkees have always had a huddle before a show. We grab, all 4 of us before a show, we grab each other and we have a huddle and we have a few incantatory words. And we didn't get a huddle this time, it was a hug.
Firm handshake.
Yeah, right. Firm clasp, a hearty hand clasp. So it was strange in that respect. But, as I was saying before, Amazingly enough, there seems to be more focus to the show than there was in previous times. I'll be doing most of the Michael and a couple of Davey songs. We also have video of those guys. You know, we're putting Michael up on video, and we're putting Davey up on video. And meanwhile, Mickey and I are going to jump off stage and start gasping furiously for a minute before we resume the stage, looking chipper and youthful as always.
How does Mickey Dolenz keep his voice is sounding better than ever? What on earth is he doing black magic? Is there voodoo going on?
You know the story of Dorian Gray?
Yeah.
The portrait of Dorian Gray?
Yeah.
Well, there's a record where his voice is getting worse and worse and worse, while his living voice remains youthful and vibrant. It'll catch up to him sooner or later. Yeah, I don't understand it. He warms up. He does all the vocal stuff.
Yeah.
He has always sounded fabulous, and it's just amazing. You know, you sit there and stand there, and it's his voice, and it's the same voice singing those great songs. And holy cow, you know what? I'm just delighted to be on stage with it.
It's the 49th anniversary of the Monkees. I'm so excited you're coming because I've been given permission by my wife to bring my 5-year-old son to the concert. His first ever concert. He loves you lot. He absolutely loves you lot. I know you've had years and years of this, of parents bringing their kids and then grandparents bringing their grandkids. It must be so joyous to look out and sing a song that's nearly 50 years old and there's kiddies in the front row digging it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's just magnificent. I'm only afraid that a 5-year-old who has seen some of the TV shows will be in for a weird shock. You know, I had a girlfriend I used to hang with, had a niece who met me first and then saw the TV show. And they said, "Did you recognize Peter?" She said, very young girl, 5 or 6 or something. She said, "Yeah, but he was newer then."
This year, okay, I've seen the Beach Boys. I've seen Paul McCartney. I'm seeing a British actor called Jim Dale do a one-man show. I'm seeing you lot. Not one of you is under the age of 70.
Astounding. How do we do it?
Well, how do you do it though? Because you've still got. And listen, I know you've lived a bit, and I know you've had, you've been ill, and you've dealt with kind of personal issues and things. Yeah, at the age of, how old? May I ask how old you are, sir?
I am 73.
You've got the age of a 69-year-old. No, you've got the
very good, very funny. That's very funny.
You've got the agility of someone much younger than yourself. I have seen the show, and it is you're not sat down on stool. You don't come out in with walkers or anything. You do a full-on powerful concert. You must be exhausted at the end of it.
I could go for another hour and a half if I had to, doing that same thing. I mean, I have to. I am glad to be able to get off stage a little more often.
Yeah.
And sit down and have a drink of water and and spray some cool mist into my face or something. I don't know what, but no. At the end of a show, I'm just as charged as I was at the beginning. I get off stage and I'm delighted. So I could do two.
It's not. So it's not like the '60s then, Peter, when you famously wore an orgy organizer badge and you had naked parties in your swimming pool. Have those days long gone?
Is this okay on public airways?
Well, you wore an orgy organizer badge in teen magazines in the '60s.
I know, but it wasn't like that, Ian. It was just people were we were nudists back then. That's all. We just didn't wear clothes much if we could get away with it. But that's just that's not orgies. My God, please, sir, I'm a moral man.
How are you feeling, Peter? Because I know you were poorly a few years ago. Are you well and healthy now? Is everything all right?
Everything's all systems are go, and I seem to be in great shape. I'm not quite as strong as I used to be, and like I said, I don't quite have the wind, the breath power.
Yeah.
But I am actually fit, very fit. Tip top, as they say. You know what I mean?
Here's some stuff from Friday. Let's have this then. Okay. Just slowly wandering into the show.
Well, it's Friday.
It's BBC, isn't it? Hey, well, you'll be one of the first to go with this attitude.
Really?
Yeah.
Gosh, that's all I had to do.
1,000 have to go. Oh, yeah. So the phone-ins this morning are, what do you call your old man? Don't mean your dad. This is for the fellas only. And how would you sack 1,000 people? My idea, the BBC's got to get rid of 1,000 people. You have never seen so much terror on the faces of all of us drones what work here. My idea, Tony Hall, the boss of the BBC, he just turns up at a BBC office. Let's say, for example, BBC Norfolk. Unannounced. And everyone's like, oh, he's there. And he says, guys, what we're going to do is very, very simple. I'm going to blindfold each and every one of you. I'm going to switch the lights off. I'm going to take my shoes off. For the next 50 minutes, I'm going to walk around the office. If I touch you on the shoulder and whisper in your ear, you're fired, then you're fired.
You're not allowed to make a noise.
Not allowed to make a noise. You just get up and you leave silently, OK? 50 minutes. An hour's too long. An hour's cruel. 50 minutes. You've got a whole 50 minutes to sat there thinking, please don't, please don't. And he'll just walk around very slowly. You're fired. Oh. Just every now and then you'd hear a little, oh no. Oh, my kids.
You think, oh, Steve's gone.
That's how I think he should do it. How do you think Tony Hall should give 1,000 people the elbow? 03459 455 555.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes?
Are we inside your womb?
No.
And this is what I'm having a flashback to being like naught. Dennis and
Good
David.
morning.
Dennis, you're through to David. David, you're through to Dennis. Over to you guys.
Good morning, David.
Mate. Anyone there?
Yes, are you there?
Yeah, I'm right here. How are you
I'm
doing?
here as well. What do you call your old man then?
30.
Oh, well, I call mine Bobby.
Well, I keep it strictly for the girls.
Well, it's Bobby because it's something to do with the policeman's helmet.
And this is the end of the podcast.
We boy slackers, 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 we boy slackers.
Thanks for listening to this free download from BBC Three Counties Radio, your local radio station for beds, hearts and bucks, on FM, AM, digital radio, and online at bbc.co.uk/3counties.